Got my coffee. I realized yesterday when I was editing that video, the introduction video, a video about making daily videos, giving you updates on the tasks that I'm supposed to be doing towards building this wedding photography business. I realized that in that video, I didn't actually say anything that I was gonna be doing next. So I'm gonna fix that. Yesterday, I spent way too long making that video. I'll be honest with you. It was another form of procrastinating, which is what that whole video was about, like productive procrastination. I spent way too long doing that video. Not gonna happen again, but I did get some things done. I reached out to a few other photographers I've been following on Instagram, just introducing myself, just asking some questions, also praising some of their work, just basic good introducing yourself type skills on the internet. Just trying to get myself out there, meet some people, because I literally have no contacts. I know no one in the wedding photography space. Like I said yesterday in that video, I've completely avoided it on purpose. And now I'm trying to get into it. So, tasks for today are make this video a whole lot faster, and I'm gonna reach out to two other photographers on Instagram, just kind of introducing myself. I've already kind of have a warm introduction, but I wanna ask a specific question about some of their photos. Just try to start some sort of dialogue, but also I just have legitimate questions. But they're questions, they're not questions in the form of like, hey, can you help me do this thing? Because that's a terrible way to introduce yourself, no matter what you're trying to do. Just saying, hey, hi, I'm this person you don't know. Can you help me do this thing and take time out of your day? No, I'm gonna ask a question in a way that is complimenting their work, but also just to see if I can start some sort of dialogue. Second thing I'm going to do, I signed up for Honeybook, right? This is like a CRM very specific to photographers and kind of service-based businesses. And I gotta set that up, man. That is so, it's a lot. I gotta start setting up some contracts and just legal type things that I have not been operating with. Basically the only way my business is running official right now is I did get an LLC. So yay, go me. I'm not just like, hey, I'll take your pictures. You Venmo me some money. Yay. No, I'm actually doing this legit. So I got to set up some contracts, and also I kind of need to know what should be in a good wedding photography contract because I don't really know. So I'm going to do some research on that and hopefully get some of those made up. There should be a lot more than just me saying, hey, I'm going to do a little bit of research and then write one up. I'm no lawyer. I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's a start. So that's where I'm going to start. What else am I doing today? And then the third big thing I'm doing today is I just got to edit. I have a lot of photos to edit. In particular, I have one gallery I need to finish up, about halfway done. So maybe I'll finish that up today if I have time. If not, it'll definitely be finished up by tomorrow. So that will be awesome. It is such a good feeling. Like, I mean, I've only done 3 wedding galleries at this point. But man, it's such a good feeling, like finishing that up and sending it out. And you get to see, like when they actually like click on the gallery so you can see them checking it out. Man, that is such a good feeling, especially when you see them coming back day and day and day. I love being able to track that. So I use, what am I using? I'm so new at this, I don't even know the names of the stuff I'm using. PicTime is what I'm using, and I love how you can just, it has like, data tracking so I can see. So that's cool. One of the biggest things that has really shocked me, and I don't know why it shocked me, but I found it incredibly surprising, is that a lot of the photographers that I've recently started following, like on Instagram, they have a really big following. They clearly are doing really, really well in their business. They're all pretty much fairly new, like within the last 3 or 4 years, like from 2020 on. Which I don't know why I find that to be so surprising. Maybe it's because 2020 is when the world flipped upside down, but I guess they just had more time to put into their craft. But what I did find incredibly interesting and really just shocked me was the fact that I couldn't figure out, like if these people were so new into you know, specifically wedding photography, how do they get the images? Like if you're new, this is where I'm at right now. I'm new. Really don't have much to show for my work in terms of actual like wedding-ish photos. How do you get those photos? Because something like a wedding, clearly you gotta be at a wedding to get those photos. But if you don't have any wedding photos, why would anyone book you to shoot their wedding? That's kind of where I'm at right now. And what I learned by just stalking a lot of these photographers, honestly, and just Googling them and trying to find any kind of interviews I could find with them just to see if I could figure out where they started, was they all started with styled shoots. That's not something I ever even thought of, a styled shoot. Of course, it makes sense. It almost seems stupid that that's not what I would think of, or that's shocked me so much, or that it's so common. They literally just went to little events where people had rented dresses or they rented out little venues. I almost view it as like going to an antique market, you know, or like IKEA, where around every corner there's like a little room, you know, and it's all set up a certain way. That's what they did. Go to a styled shoot, and you have these people posing, and there's like a lot of other photographers, but it's all orchestrated. Why didn't I think about that? Why does that shock me so much? So that's where I'm at right now. It's finding styled shoots. And that's actually been the kind of questions I've been asking to some of these people on Instagram as I'm kind of introduce myself and follow up, like, hey, I'm completely new here into this little corner of the internet, and I want to shoot as much as possible. How do you find styled shoots? Is there a Facebook groups I should try to get into to learn about these things? But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to learn about styled shoots. And I know that I could put them on. It's not something I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to find things, work with people who already know what they're doing. So I can kind of get in there, watch them, see their process, see how are they arranging these style shoots, and how are they shooting when they're doing these different types of scenes. What are they focused on? How are they using their camera? How are they editing? Well, I care less about how they're editing and more about how they're actually approaching the shoot. So that's kind of a big thing for me this month. That's like my big overarching thing, is like, obviously I'd like to get booked for some more weddings, but mainly I want to figure out, where are all the styled shoots in my area in Atlanta? How do I find them? How do I get in on them? Do they cost things? What can I bring to the table to maybe help facilitate some of those things? And just start introducing myself to people and getting my name out there with other photographers. Styled shoots. That's crazy. You know, it's really weird coming from a different industry into photography, specifically wedding photography. You know, this idea of like the styled shoot, it just keeps sticking with me. It's like, it's fake. When it comes down to it, it's fake. It's orchestrated. And it's displayed in a way of like, look, here's a bridal shoot. Here's an editorial shoot. Like, you didn't get booked for that. You paid to be at that event to do that, and you're showcasing that work in a way that, as if you were at a wedding. Not everybody does that. A lot of people they do say, yeah, this was a styled shoot, but others do not. And I don't necessarily think it's wrong or right. I really don't care. But for me, coming from a different industry into this industry, that kind of thing would be really frowned upon, coming from another industry. So it's weird to me that it's just accepted, and that's like how you do it here. It makes sense, but it's still weird. But I'm excited to start diving into it. All right, talked enough. I got a lot of stuff to do today. Daily update number 2. See you tomorrow.